Welcome to the Good Rookie Show. My name is Faheem.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all. And we are Good Rookie.
That's right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday. And guess what? It's the Good Rookie Show. Yep. What's going on, y'all? As you know, we're your hosts coming to you from Toronto, Canada, the 6th. It's also a holiday thing, I guess, right? A lot of y'all celebrating Kwanzaa. Everything, all the holidays, Christmas, you name it. So, respectfully, have a happy holiday season with family and friends and loved ones. We actually had the holiday gift drive for him that was concluded December 17th. We were able to give 322 folks that are living in shelters and or are homeless. So I want to thank all the volunteers, everyone who supported. Just big up to y'all. There's a lot of work went into it in the back end, and Rebel Fitness helped. We had a lot of support. Good Rookie sponsor, of course, and yeah. So big up to everyone that stepped up and helped us pack all those items. I mean, it was a lot of work. But Faheem, I was wondering about, we are now coming down to like end of 2023 for him. This year, as we both know, has flown by. Like it has been legit a crazy year. So this trivia question is not really trivia, but I would love to get your perspective on this, right? So you're in a game 7, okay, Faheem? Last game, right? Who takes the shot, right? So I'm going to give you 4 players. Now, these players to me are, coming towards the end of their NBA career, probably all going to be Hall of Famers. They're all top 75 players, right? So you got LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, and Kevin Durant, Faheem. Who you trusting, Faheem, taking that last shot? Happy holidays.
Who's the last one? Was LeBron, Steph,
Kawhi, and Kevin Durant.
Kawhi, and Kevin
all
Durant.
Champs. These guys have all won at the highest level. They're all finals MVPs as well. So you can't go wrong.
I'll go with what my gut's telling me. This is my first, like when I heard the names initially, and I'll go with this. I guess there's no right or wrong. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with KD. I'm gonna go KD. I don't really have any stats to really back that decision. Maybe a few.
He was 55, 40, 90. That's right. A good stat.
Let me ask, where did these 4 options come from? Was this someone's like an IG post or like what?
Yeah, so House of Highlights, they had
a
post.
Okay.
Actually someone tweeted out. So at ARKAAVS, he had a tweet out about who would take this shot, and he with a tweet, and House of Highlights was like, "Yo,
that's
who y'all taking a shot?" And a lot of the comments was a couple of everything here and there, but that's why I wanted to know what was your perspective.
How about you? Where'd you land?
Yeah, my first gut was Kevin Durant.
KD, right.
Yeah, KD, my first gut. But close second, because he's done it before in a game 7, game on the line, in the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard, that shot, it bounced up and down, but it went inside. That's some good karma right there. Steph Curry, again, best shooter of all time. You can't go wrong. And LeBron James, he's been clutch. He's had clutch moments in his career, right? But Kevin Durant, man, what he does is scoring wise, whatever coverage they give him, it wouldn't matter. He's 7 foot, like he can shoot over anybody. So for me, it was more like, if they double him, does it matter? He'll have a clear view of that rim, regardless of that. But again, as we say, all 4 can take that shot. All 4 have taken a shot like that, and they can make it, right? So
you're right. All 4 have taken it, and all can make it. I would add a 5th.
Who'd you add to this list?
Kyrie Irving.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
When
clutch.
you think, yeah, super. And when we talk about people who've done it on the highest level, what he did in that finals, I can't unforget that. So
you can.
Yeah. Hmm.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, some folks commented on Damian Lillard. Yeah, he's
Mm.
had clutch moments, but
Yeah.
not in the
Yeah.
finals. So we gotta
Yeah.
see how.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
True.
Every
True.
guy we mentioned have been in the NBA finals and have
Facts.
won. That yeah.
Facts.
So to me, to have your guy or what your player on this list,
Mhm.
tell me if they got that resume before we add them to
Right.
how about that? How about that? But big up
About
to
that.
Arkov for this tweet. Because definitely is a very curious question.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in regards to a tweet, there was a tweet that went out. It was via the NBA communications. So NBA communications, they had the most viewed players on the NBA's social this season.
Yeah.
I'll give you the top 10. It's really quick. So one, LeBron James. Does the amount matter to you, Nelly J? I mean, they're all,
No,
no,
I
not
mean,
really. Okay.
but I will say this: the 10th viewed versus like there's a big gap between the
There is,
top.
that's what, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, let
so
me let me
yeah,
just do this then.
the
So
top two is a big gap versus the top three, I should say. And everyone else is just kind of yeah.
right. So let me give a range just to make it. So LeBron was number one at 750 million.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Wembanyama was 500 million. Steph is 400 million. KD is
He's tied, right?
250.
I think he's tied with Giannis, right?
Right. So yeah, exactly. So four and five is Giannis and KD at 250 million. Luca's at 200 million. That's six. And then there's a drop from 7 to 10, going from Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Chet Holmgren, and Jason Tatum. All that are hovering around the 100 million to 150. Any thoughts on that, Nelly J?
So one thing I will say, I want to highlight that a lot of these guys, you're either a really good dunker or a really good shooter or scorer, right? A couple of these guys have made clutch buckets or made clutch plays. A couple of them have had like historic numbers, like Giannis with that big game that he had, right? And so these are all offensive guys. There's no defensive players on the top 10, which is kind of interesting, right? The NBA moving towards that, but this is number one. Number two, there's a big popularity gap between LeBron, Victor, number two already, Steph, and then everyone else, right? Kevin Durant and Giannis, them being tied is quite interesting to me because you would think Kevin Durant had more of a following than Giannis online, but it seems like they're tied. Luca being six, Tyrese, James, Harden being on this list, I'm shocked because I think James was mostly on it because like he was traded, all that trade talks, all that him, like
Right.
I think that's why he's on here because of all that. James Harden, where's he gonna go?
The off season Daryl Morey
Yeah,
stuff.
all that
Yeah.
stuff happened.
Right.
So I
Right.
can see
Yep.
why.
Hmm.
Whereas I feel like Chet, Tatum, everyone else is on there because of like, the offensive, play, right? Luca, we know Luca had that smirk, right? His smirk pissed off a lot of players. He's like, I don't know why they're mad at me. I'm busting their ass. Like Luca's funny. But nah, LeBron, Victor, and Steph, those fan bases are huge, right? Victor, though, being a rookie for him and has more views than Steph Curry. This guy has only played 3 months of basketball in the NBA. That is insane. That to me is like a phenom. And we talk about this rookie race, and I think Chet is, listen, man, Faheem. Remember I was saying, Chet, those guys have no chance. I still think Chet is well deserving of a rookie of the year, but 508 million. Damn, that's tough.
Hmm.
That's tough, man. Like Victor has a following, a serious
Yeah.
following. And
All
even
right.
now, people are like saying, yo, like he's barely getting the ball. There's so many plays for him of Spurs players literally not giving him the ball. Like he's
I
wide
literally,
open, hand up, and they're like looking him off. We talk
right.
about Siakam getting looked off. They're looking at Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild to me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So now Victor has a following. He's going to be the next phenom. When LeBron and Steph retires, the Luca, the Tyrese, we're going to see. But no, like I think it's interesting how they're all offensive players. All of them they're either really tall or can shoot really well. That's
Hmm.
just what I'm saying. So it's quite interesting though. I am surprised that well, first of all, we can't be surprised. Jokic to me is entertaining, but he's not really on social media at all. So he won't get any views like that because he's
Hmm.
not really online. But the fact that Chet has more views than someone like SGA, who is like killing man on the court, right? He's going off. James Harden having more views than Kawhi and Paul George. You know what I'm saying? So this is really talks about impressions, right? People who are viewing you, and it could be for good or bad reasons, right? But I think most guys on this list are being viewed for either for good reasons, right? The one that may have, the James Harden, that one for him, I don't know why, but I think it's because of all the, he is a really good, he can still shoot quite well and score quite well, but he has a lot of drama behind his moving to Clippers. So,
Mhm.
and that first month they were together, they were really bad. So,
All right. So let me ask then, because you're saying they're all offensive players, but I see Giannis. Giannis, I would say he's won a defensive player of the year, so he would, I guess, maybe be the outlier in a situation where he might be someone who's a two-way player that's on here,
yeah, he's
maybe the most,
probably
right? Hmm.
yeah. The thing about Giannis though, but he's still really offensive. He dropped like 50
Oh, for
plus
sure.
points. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Most
right.
defensive players in the league cannot score 50 plus points. They're like
Right,
literally the most they
right.
score is 25, 28, maybe 30. He
And
dropping 50. You know what I'm saying? So, and he
and
dropped 50 point like that to me. I think he dropped over 40 last year a couple times. So even though
but
yes, he can't play defense, I just think that his offense is why he's on here. Remember his dunks, his blocks, his like he's very athletic. He's a bully type player. I think his offense is why he's on the list. Like whenever I see a Giannis highlight, it's mostly of him dunking on someone, or you know what I mean. It's like an
mhm,
offensive play. It's not really him making a defensive stop. But we have
right.
seen some like rim running where he'll block one end and then come down and dunk it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So yeah,
So
but
this year, I think
mhm.
Giannis's biggest highlight wasn't even on the court. You had it with the
Gosh.
50-point game, but I think him running to the tunnel
Oh
might be the
man.
the most viewed Giannis clip I've seen. But I do want
Oh
to ask,
man.
when it talks about NBA social this year, do you know, is it a combination of Twitter, Instagram, or is it, because it doesn't really
It's
state
all
what
of
platform?
it. It, it
All of
it'll
it.
be
Okay.
everything. So this will
Okay.
be this most viewed players. This is pretty much their PR, right?
Right.
Again, this is all based on what they've posted on their website. So we're talking about like most followed NBA players on
Right.
Instagram,
Which is
right?
different.
Two
Right.
different things,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So this is
Uh-huh.
most viewed based on their metrics off of their site. So
That
when
okay.
they're so when they're posting a video,
Yeah.
which photo has more views, more engagement, more
Right. Right.
whatever, right? So in terms of the most followers, though, Russell Westbrook is top three. He has
Hmm?
23. You know what I'm saying? So like in terms of like who has the most like actual like I guess followers on Instagram,
Hmm.
I'm seeing now that in terms of followers, LeBron has the most. He's 100 million more than Steph, who's about 20 mil more than Russell Westbrook, than Kyrie, Lonzo, Clay, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, LaMelo Ball. That's the top 10 most that have the most followers you know on it, right? Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball, we know why, right? Their brand, you know what I mean? Whatever. Clay Thompson is still a top 6 most followed player, right? Luca is top 16. Ja
Hmm.
is top 14, but Butler's top 13. So it's funny how, like, you know what I mean? The rookies aren't on the top follow list yet, you know what I mean? But it just showed you that these lists are, that most viewed is based off of the metrics of the NBA channels.
So
So like Twitter, whatever.
it goes to show also how the Tyrese Halliburton, this is Hallie's, I guess, his breakout year. But you think
Mm-hmm.
that the all season, the in-season tournament has really helped and bumped him, I think, quite a bit.
Well, he broke. I thought he broke out last year. He was averaging a double double last year too, but he got hurt. So what he's doing
Yeah.
now, he was doing last season. He was having 10, 12, 16 assists. Like he was doing that craziness. And then he got hurt midway, and then the Pacers kind of dropped. But I think it's funny how they were on a high and they're dropping down on the standings. They were like a
Uh-huh.
top 3, 4 team. Now they're like play in right now.
Hmm.
So remember, teams adjust and
Hmm.
and they don't have any defense.
Yeah.
So like, they're not really a team anyone's afraid of. Like that's a beatable team. So
Also on this list, I see Chet Holmgren. I feel like I'll say it now, early. I'm not even gonna wait. Coming in, remember he's out all last year. big question mark with Chet for me. I really wasn't buying in. Um, 2 months of basketball. I'm ready to hand in my apology for him to Chet Holmgren. He's he's far better than I was giving him credit for coming in. So just he's number 9 on this list about most viewed on social.
But I must say for him, with
Hmm.
that, it's kind of funny because they post more chat highlights than they post most rookies. Typically, and that's what I'm saying, is a skewed number because
Hmm.
they're posting more Victor and more chat highlights. The other rookies aren't really being posted.
Hmm.
They're not. I don't see no Keon. Like I'm not seeing any big like you know what I'm saying? Like I missed out Oster, the Thompson twin maybe once, but they're not like the NBA PR, they have an agenda, right?
Right.
So most of the clips when Victor's playing, there's a post about Victor. Not even Siakam gets that. Not even Scotty Barnes get that energy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But every time he plays on the court, they have a post for Victor of a highlight.
Well,
So and
mhm.
LeBron, same with LeBron, Steph, all those guys. When every game they get literally posts on NBA websites and social media accounts. All I'm saying, the
Right.
other players don't have that same type of energy. They don't get that
Mhm.
type of energy. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is a skewed number because it's based off of NBA metrics and not like overall, like every NBA account, Bleacher Report. Like, if they said, okay, views for all these players across every platform, that's a more accurate view of who's actually the one being spoken up about the most,
Hmm.
right? Where this
Hmm.
one is based off of who you're posting. So I post
Right.
more LeBron James posts, he will have more views than everyone else.
Right. There's the last one I want to touch upon is Victor. His teammates looking him off. I
Oh,
heard about it just the other day. I finally saw it this afternoon. I
nasty
couldn't
work.
believe the compilation of it. It might have been 3 or 4. Like I'm talking blatant. Like when I heard it, I'm thinking, well, things happen on the basketball court. So maybe, is being on the
Mm-hmm.
outside looking in, you say, oh, that guy should have passed that guy. But in real time on the court, there's so many things happening. Perhaps there's 4 of them. All 4, I think he was definitely looked off. But there was 2 in particular. I could not believe they blatantly saw Victor cutting to the basket,
Hands up like this.
hands up.
Hi.
Are you seeing the same one, right?
Hi.
And
Yes.
and Victor's showing him like just throw it up, and
He's behind the defender.
he looked right at him and chose not to, like made another play. I was thinking, why? So I'm just wondering. So obviously playing with Victor maybe is not easy because of the fact that he's young, he's getting all this attention, right? I'm also wondering, he's young. Remember, he's not American, right? So he's a foreign player getting kind of acclimated to American living. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering if not forget the on the court stuff. I'm wondering if even off the court, if there's still like between him and his teammates of getting on the same page. Like maybe, like someone you might rate someone what they do on the court, but off the court you don't rate them. I'm wondering
Yeah, I
if
get that.
if if it's spilling off the court, where they might see him on the court as a phenom, but off the court they don't really rate him.
I don't know because beginning of the season, everyone knows the agenda. Victor
Hmm.
is the star. You're
Right.
not. Let's help him look good. Let's help him win. Like that's been the agenda. There's no way I'm going to work at a team, thinking that I'm going to be the guy. No,
Hmm.
Victor is the guy. Let's just nurture him, help him get better. And even all the players said that. Sochan, all the guys were like, "Yeah, our goal is to make sure we got his back. I'm messing with
Hmm.
him." Like that's been the agenda. I just think for him that players have their own agenda for their personal career.
Okay.
The
And
Spurs were never on TV. They're only on TV because they're playing with Victor. These guys,
right.
this is the only time they're ever gonna get the attention in their life. So it's like, you know what? Let me pull up my game. Maybe I can get a sponsorship. Maybe I can get like right now, everyone has their own agenda. It's not Victor, it's people's own agendas of okay, maybe the contract coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I know the Spurs aren't gonna resign me. Maybe I gotta now step up my game. We don't know,
Hmm.
right? But I don't think
No,
it's a
yeah.
Victor problem. I think it's these guys have their own agenda and they want to make plays. They want to look valuable to their coach.
Yeah.
And it happens sometimes, right? We see it happening on most teams. Some players will look off. I've seen guys look up Kevin Durant. I see guys look up Devin
Mhm.
Booker. Like it happens on every court. I think it's just so blatant when the guy is 7'4", hand is up like this. The defender's in front of him. He literally has an open lane. The rim is right by his fingers. And you don't pass it. You just give it to someone on the wing. That's
Mhm.
nasty work. I'm sorry. That's
And
despicable.
and what
I'm
made
not
it worse
asking you
was
to. Yeah.
Victor, he actually finished. So when for anyone who hasn't seen it, maybe so the guy's in the block. Victor has his hands up. He's running like to toss up for an alley oop. Victor like shows the hand, maybe two steps, one step, two step. The guy's looking at him. I can't remember if he passed it away, but he made it. He chose not to. Victor actually went up. He's continued on with the play. He went up. He jumped, and he had his hands up, and he grabbed the rim. Like it's almost like. eh, he was making it known, hey, like this is the play that could have happened if you
But
just threw the
this
ball.
is, but it's basketball. The
Right.
taller guy should always get the ball. I don't
Yeah.
understand this. This is
Yeah.
pretty
It was
simple.
crazy. It was
So
crazy.
again, I mean, it's nasty work, but
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
for him, trust me, that was trending so much,
Hmm.
and now people are watching, looking out for it.
Right.
So if they
Right.
continue that behavior, why would a coach
Hmm.
want you? You're looking
Right.
off a
But
7'4" player that's at
and
the rim.
I'm
No.
surprised this is happening on Popovich's watch. A veteran coach like Popovich. I'm surprised that he
Well,
if he like if he's gonna go to the crowd and say, "Hey, stop booing Kawhi Leonard," he's
mhm,
taking that kind of presence. Why isn't he not sticking up for his rookie and making it
yeah,
known, hey, this kid does
yeah,
not get looked off, but there's some
yeah,
peer
yeah.
yeah, okay. Um, but shout
Mhm.
out to everyone on the social list though. It was interesting. Uh, on the way out of this, anybody here that you think will not be here next year?
It depends on who the NBA posts. I think
Yeah.
I think probably gonna see John Morant jump up because John's back.
Yeah. Right.
And then
Jaws
I think
back,
we'll see
right?
more SGA because he's actually now trending more. So we'll see more of the guy. I think Chet and Victor will stay there.
Uh-huh.
LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, Giannis. Yeah. James Harden, no. He needs
Yeah.
out.
Jason
Yeah.
Tatum, he's the fringe one. He was the
No,
one I
no,
was kind
he'll
of
be
thinking
there.
here.
Yeah, because
You think so?
the
Yeah,
NBA
okay.
likes his look. They like,
Right. And he plays in
they promote certain
Boston.
players, right? But I think
Story
with John
franchise.
Morant,
I got you.
he's I
All
think
right.
he'll come up there again.
All right. Nelly J. Let's go for the culture.
For the culture, we like to highlight individuals for the culture. And today we get to highlight a historic moment in the NFL, y'all. So, first of all, when I saw this Faheem, I was very shocked, but I thought it was a great look for the NFL and for this team. So, for the first time in history, okay, an all black on field and replay crew officiated an NFL game. Blackety black, black, black. Okay. The referee was Ronald Tobert, and his team marked the first occurrence when one woman was on the field while two were in the replay booth. The all black female officials were Maya Chaka, line judge, Artenzia Young Siegler, she's the replay official, and Desiree Abrams, replay assistant. We also had on the field officials for the Chargers and Raiders game. The crew were we got referee, I mentioned him, Ronald Tobert. We got Maya Shaka, Patrick Holt, down judge. Side judge, Keith Washington. Umpire, Barry Anderson. Field judge, Nathan Jones. Back judge, Greg Yett. Total replay official, I mentioned Artenzia Young Siegler and Desiree Abrams as the replay official. So again, y'all, all black on field and replay crew. And yes, y'all. So in the NFL, of course, the replays happen for every touchdown now, right? They review touchdowns, all that stuff to ensure they got it right. So historic. This happened, I believe, on December 15th. So it happened in 2023. Loved it. Amazing, amazing initiative. But it shows the how far the NFL has gone to try to recruit and train people. You know what I mean? Train individuals to do these type of jobs, right? Because historically, that wasn't something that a lot of people of color, were trying to do. So I think it's dope, historic. Big up to the officiating crew for officiating that game. And yeah, like your thoughts, Raheem, on this historic moment in the NFL.
Well, yeah, with the NFL, it seems to have come a long way. QBs had a struggle. Black QBs had a struggle. Uh, Black coaches, you know, growing more but have a struggle. I never would have thought that we would have been in a place right now where we're going to have officiating all black. Uh, I guess so it's obviously I'm just wondering coming up now if we're talking NFL officials, like you don't just start as an official, right? There's got to be like a process in which you become an
Yeah, you
official,
just go
right?
to you go to court, take the course, you officiate lower level,
Right.
move
So
way
that
up.
and right.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Someone at a lower level. I guess in the States they call what's it,
Probably
Pop Warner,
college,
Pop
high
Warner, and then college or
school.
high school, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
those are people that I guess we're gonna see people who are fishing at that level to see, okay, if at least they got it at the highest level. Because it'd be one thing if you were to say, hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is the first all black at any level, right? So, I mean, it's cool that it's at the top, at the highest level, where everyone can look up and aspire to get there, opposed to maybe
I
college
mean,
football.
no, like I've seen all black officiating in like lower level leagues,
You
but I
have,
think for the
okay,
NFL, oh yeah, but I
really,
think yeah,
all black.
but yeah, they're black, yeah,
No, no, all the entire the entire officiating crew
yes,
was all black.
yes,
Like
yes.
with
We have black referees and we've seen all black referees officiating CEBL games, right? It's nothing.
no,
You know what
but
I'm
I'm
saying?
talking even see the what you're saying about the instant replay, the
Yeah,
VARs, they
but
call them.
remember, they don't have instant replay like that in a lot of college or high school games, right? They don't have
High
the
school, I
instant
know
replay.
not, but I thought in college
Yeah.
they do have instant replay. No,
Depending, not all, no, not Canadian. Not a lot of
no, no,
Canadian
I'm
have
not
instant
obviously I'm not
replay.
talking Canadian. I'm
Yeah,
talking like yeah, NCAA, right? NCAA,
yeah,
it's not
but you
that
said
big.
but you said football. I just said I've seen all black football officiating crews. I've never
Okay,
seen all black NFL
okay, so
officiating
so let me
crews.
wheel this back. So in the
So if you
context
want to
we're
talk
talking
about
about,
NCAA specifically, we can look it up. I don't know if it's happened yet. I don't know, so I can't
right? I
speak
would-
to that or
I
not.
think it'd be that's why I was thinking I would be fair to
Okay.
assume that you're not like I said at the highest level they've had an all black officiating and also you said the VAR, the replay, like the
Yeah, they're
entire
all officials. So the replay
all
officials,
right,
yeah.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So uh at college at NCAA, even the big programs that have the instant replay and stuff, I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened in college football before. So that's
I
one of
don't
the
know. I can't speak on that.
right.
I'm not
I
going to
can't,
speak on
but
something that I don't know.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
I would I think it'd be fair to assume, unless maybe it might happen at maybe the uh HBCU games, maybe a possibility,
Most likely,
that all
yeah.
black. But
Yeah.
even that, I don't even know if they okay.
That's still
I mean,
college football though. That's still college
yeah,
football.
but yeah, and but I even that I kind of I don't know if anyway, I guess what I'm saying is they had it at the highest level, which is great. It's the ones like we're saying, like maybe NCAA, the people coming up. I just want to see what kind of impact that's going to have for those under, for them to look up and say, hey, maybe we can uh, keep this going to and aspire to be in the NFL also.
Yeah, so just so you know, there was an
Uh,
all black officiating crew in 2020 in college
where?
football. In college
Okay,
football in the States. Yeah. That's what
okay,
I was saying. Like it's happened before. I'm seeing primary replay official, they were all black.
okay,
11
that's
men
good.
and one woman, with nine. Yeah. So
Wow.
it's happened
Okay.
before. So it's not, so
Yeah.
the NFL happened first time this year. It happened in college in 2020. So that was a
Hmm.
historic moment in football.
And the
As I was saying,
NFL.
like, I'm not going to speak on it because I know, listen, man, there's so many college football. Like, I started watching college football a lot more a couple years ago, but man, there's so many games every week. That's why I was
Hmm.
saying I don't want to speak on it because like you just don't know. There's so many
Hmm.
games each year
Hmm.
with all the colleges in the states. But yeah,
Hmm.
and also the Big Ten conference, not even like a smaller, the Big Ten.
Right.
That's a big conference. They had an all black officiating crew. So
So when we're talking about the people coming up, then is those ones who are now they could see that there's more opportunity for them to not just do college football if they like, but they can actually then go up to the NFL and get the
working
highest level
it.
also, right?
Yeah,
So
I look at the names that were in that crew. There's no overlap. I was thinking maybe there's a couple guys that were in that
mhm,
game and this game, but based
mhm,
on the names, no one here is the same as who I just mentioned. So, but yeah, I think to your point, it's just really dope. It's trending to me. The NFL is always the last, right? NBA is always the last, but I think college, typically college will have something like this first before it goes to like the larger, to see, to larger market. But
mhm,
it's just historic. It's a moment. I think we just have to, because stuff like this, they mention it, but you don't really get time to go like, wow, like this is happening. It's a trend, and like you said, it gives folks like, hey, I can't play football, but I want to be around the game. I want to be a part of the game, and you
mhm,
can be if you want to be officiate. And there's many, the 11 to 12 people on the field, right? There's 12 opportunities per game, right? And they get paid really good money too, right? So yeah, like I think it just showed you that, there's another avenue. If you can't make a football team, or if you can't make it, or you can't, play, then why not officiate? So yeah, big
Hmm.
up to everyone that was a part of that historic moment. And of course the ones in 2020 as well.
Huge, huge. All right. Um, so now, J, why don't we close this out with our last segment? That's absurd.
That's absurd. Faheem, bro. What was absurd this week? What was absurd?
So we'll go with that's absurd. No, usually our absurd is a little lighthearted, little joke, but there's like really nothing joking about this. It's really sad, but completely absurd. An NBA G League player, he confessed to strangling a woman with an HDMI cord.
Absurd.
Absurd. Absurd.
Yeah, I read this story in detail, read about the background. He was texting, they were texting in a group chat about what they want to do to her. Like, and the text that they were sent back and forth was pretty grotesque, pretty. And what's interesting is that he played in the G League. So he murdered her, then went to back and played, I think he played 2 games after the incident. Like nothing happened. Yeah, this is absurd, man. Absurd. And he
Absurd.
confessed. There was another girl, his girlfriend at the time. But I just think this is an absurd story, not a joking matter. It's unfortunate that this has happened. And it's like, how, like, how do you even do that? Like, how do you get to that point? You know what I mean? Where you don't even, and they handcuffed her. She thought they were doing some type of, sexual whatever. She willingly got herself handcuffed, and you know after that it was a wrap for her. But what's
Mm.
crazy that they drove to a liquor store, like they were caught GPS on every phone, cell tower. Like the police just found the cell towers and said that all 3 phones were in the same spot. It's like these guys don't know anything about like how they track people and how they can track that you were that person. Absurd. Very absurd and very
Absurd.
sad. My
Absurd.
condolences to the family who lost their loved one, man. For real, for
Yeah.
real.
Condolences. It's yeah, we're clearly dealing with, I guess, like mental health. It has to play a part. I don't see how someone can do that, go play a game and come back to, so um yeah,
Is it
condolences.
mental health or is it like I'm a sociopath and I don't have any emotion? Like he's no empathy. Like there was no
Right.
empathy in the text, but like what I read was someone who plotted to kill this person for a month or two before he actually killed her. That's not mental health. That is, I am literally planning a murder. And he actually, and from what I read again, allegedly, he actually was trying to hire someone to do it for him at first, and the person wouldn't do it. So this was the premeditated, like there was no like, like typically mental health is for like the impulsive
Right.
reaction, which leads to a death. This is someone that actually planned out everything to do this. So this is, to me, this is not, in my opinion. Again,
Yeah.
I'm a specialist, but in my opinion, this is no
Mhm.
mental health kid. This is someone that's just is disturbed,
Right.
and I hope her family gets justice.
And this tied into to the basketball because he played the Sacramento Kings G League team is what the G League team he played for. Um, I wonder how someone can play a game. No, it's just yeah. I guess I'll just land with that. It's really absurd, really sad. Um, and yeah, condolences to the family. I just yeah
Absolutely.
yeah
And that's why I don't want to say his name because I'm not even trying to bring a
yeah
notoriety to that
right
guy.
yeah
But
yeah yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like the people do this
Hmm.
stuff just to get attention. I'm not even going to be involved in that. But
No.
nah, this is a very horrendous crime,
Hmm.
horrendous incident. I'm sure his teammates are probably also distraught because that's PTSD. Someone in your
Hmm.
locker room that you're cool with can do
Hmm.
this, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah, everyone involved. I hope everyone heals from this, and I hope
Hmm.
her family does as well.
Right, right. I'll land there with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nelly J, let's put this episode in the books.
Y'all, that was the Good Rookie Show.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys, I have a quick shout out. Yo, college volleyball. Mercy. We spoke about this before, but women's volleyball on the college level, pro level, they're just hitting benchmark after benchmark. And so I just want to say that the Pro Volleyball Federation which is the new U.S. Professional Women's League, they just signed their first broadcast partner, which is CBS.
Wow.
They're going to be showing 10 matches at minimum, as well as the semifinals and championship match. So for them to be a new volleyball league, right? We all know, and to have already CBS Sports as a partner, that is huge. So big up to them. Like I'm loving like everything's happening around women's volleyball. Even the viewership is also has trended upwards. So for what they said last month in regards to the NCAA National Championship had a record viewership of 1.69 million viewers. And this was a few weeks ago on Sunday, right? So again, like shattering, man. This is just amazing. Big up to the women's volleyball leagues that's coming up, the college volleyball. Man, they're about to have a really good, I think this is going to be a really good look. And I'm definitely going to be supporting this league. So that's my quick shout out.
Nice. Let me piggyback off that shout out. That's amazing. We're seeing other sports, like for instance, pickleball. It's starting to gain some traction, have some celebrity ownership in it also. We see NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League. They just had their first highest paid player. I'm going with, I think it was 5 years, 1.5 million from what I've seen on IG, I think. So to see that volleyball is partnering with CBS, and we already discussed the rise of women's sports and how people are more interested in women's sports. Volleyball seems like a perfect opportunity because women have, whether beach volleyball, college volleyball is huge apparently in the United States. So just to see this growing momentum of volleyball, I think it really has potential to grow into a viable league with the right partnership and right people around them. So shout out to what's the name of the league? Is it
it's called the Pro Volleyball Federation.
PVF.
The Pro Volleyball Federation. Yeah.
Okay,
PVF.
Right.
PVF. Yeah.
Nice. All right. And on that note, let's put this episode in the books.
Y'all, that was the Good Rookie Show. If you had a good time and enjoyed yourself, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tell 3 friends. Happy holidays, Faheem.
We're on all platforms if you're looking for us. You know what it is. That's the Good Rookie Show. Stay safe out there. And we out.
Peace.